All right, I think that's it. Let's bounce.
That's my line. Hi, I'm Lewis Santer, and I portray Tigger in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. And you better make sure that you check the candy.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they better give us
Hello.
some updates.
Hey,
What's
buddy.
up, man?
Going, you all right?
How are you?
Going. Yeah, very good. You?
Doing well, man.
Good.
So you're Lewis.
I'm Lewis. Yeah, what's your names?
Taylor. I'm Taylor. This is John.
I'm John.
Hey
Nice
there,
to meet you,
John. Nice
man.
to meet you.
Hell
Nice to
yeah.
meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. Thank you for coming on here, man. This is very
Thank you.
cool.
I love your
Um,
setup there. That's so cool. I love your setup.
oh, thank you. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, talking to you. Yeah, Taylor. Yeah, that's so cool. The masks and stuff. That's really
It
cool.
is. It is. Honestly, it's like a little museum, man. I've tried to. I wanted to turn it into like a dang like a video store, but I'm more into mask. So
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I love it. Really cool.
yeah.
So we're recording already, just so you know. We just kind of start
Yeah,
out,
brilliant.
get it
Yeah.
going, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
love it. Yeah, just get stuck in. Love it.
I I'm excited for you to be on here. I really am
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
because
I appreciate it.
first off, let's start here. And let's just go ahead and forewarn. This is not an interview. This is we're just hanging out. But
Okay.
we're gonna ask you some questions too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Um, I do
Going
want to
shade.
know.
I've got my shades here as well. We're going shades, are we?
Hell
Throw,
yeah,
throw them
do
on.
it
There you
up.
go.
All right, let's
Heck
see the
yeah.
shades.
All right,
Yeah.
now you're part of the Candy crew, dude.
That's
Candy
it.
crew. I love it.
I wanted to start off by asking, how tall are you?
6 foot two. I'm 6 foot two and a bit, actually. It's quite a funny thing. I'm about 6 foot two and a half or three quarters.
Nice.
But
Uh-huh.
on like Spotlight and IMDb, you can't put that. So
Yeah.
I always think you can go under or above. So I
You
always think
go
go
above
under.
and you go above and you
People
get
think
people
you're a
all over
dick.
you.
Yeah, if you get on and they go, I'm 6'3", and they measure you, go, actually, I'm 6'3". This is like that kind of guy
You don't
lies about his height.
you don't want to get on one of those TikTok things where the
Yeah,
guy's like, let's pay you to measure you, you know? It's like six
yeah.
three. No, you're not, buddy.
Yeah,
You
Um
seem more
if you
humble
just
and more of a cool guy if you go a bit
yeah,
under.
if you go under, it's just a surprise at that point. It's cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we don't know
I'm
cool.
just a little bit under you. I'm like an inch or two shorter than you. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I'm about the same as you. I'm 6'2" at a little over.
Little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, yeah. I want to be 6'3", but not there yet. You know what
No.
I mean? Not there at all. But yeah.
Just gotta get
Well,
the right
5'10" is it?
just gotta get the right shoes, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get some stilettos on and you're laughing. And yeah. Is
Love
it
it.
5'10's average male height though, isn't it? So
Yeah, 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
all over it. That's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm the fucking majority.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
So where are you
um
from, man?
I'm right on the south coast of England. So I was born in London, but I now live right on the south coast. Have you ever heard of Brighton before?
Yeah.
yeah.
Brighton's yeah, right near Brighton, about 15 minutes away from Brighton. So I'm in a little village called Bognor Regis. It's like a little village, um, but it's kind of close to everything. So you like down the road from Brighton, I can get to London really easy. So it's just a cool little. It's
How far
nice living
away?
out here.
How far away from London?
About an hour and 20 minutes, about that.
Oh, okay. So you're
So
like
it's
wet, or what is that? What would that be? Wet, east.
south, right? So if you look at England, I'm literally right on the south coast.
But
Nice.
So
on the east, southeast, right?
southeast, yeah,
Yeah,
sort of southeast, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Literally the beach. I'm literally on the beach, so you couldn't get
Cool,
any more
cool.
south of a drive.
That's
But
cool.
yeah, you're not far from there. Are you part of the Essex group? You're not, are you?
Not Essex, no, no. I studied in Essex, which is
Nice.
quite funny. I studied there, so I did drama school. I did 4 years in Essex, and I feel like I fit in a little bit because it's quite similar. Like my accent's a bit Londony anyway, and Essex is very similar to like a London accent. So I feel like I fitted in there fine. People just thought I was from there.
Cool.
Cool.
Uh,
Yeah,
one of my other questions, how old are you?
23.
Young,
23.
youngin.
I thought you looked a little younger.
Really? Okay, it's a compliment, I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Um,
we're both 34, so we got a couple of years on you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cool. Now you're looking good, though. Looking good.
Trying to stay healthy, my man.
yeah,
Yeah, of
you
course.
you
Yeah.
you won't catch many 34-year-olds that look as sexy as we do.
No, no, I've never seen it before in
They're,
my life, honestly.
you're
The
graced.
shades, boys. The shades are doing something to me. Yeah.
Gotta.
Um, all right, so 23 from
Yeah.
where was that village?
Bognor Regis. Bognor Regis. Yeah. Weird little
Bog
name.
Bognor
Bognor.
Regis? Bognor.
Bognor Regis. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the States?
Yeah, yeah. Recently, just went there. So I've been to Florida a few times, but I'd literally just got back from Los Angeles about 2 weeks ago.
Did I
Nice.
see
Um,
you hanging out with Ryan?
Ryan.
Um, uh, wow, give me his name, Ryan. We interviewed him.
Ryan James?
James.
Oh yeah,
James.
he's a producer.
Ryan James. That rings a bell. Yeah, I think I've got him on Instagram.
Yeah, were you there? Were you there for a screening
Yeah, I
of
was.
the
Yeah,
movie? Yeah,
yeah.
Ryan was a producer on. I know he was there for one of the Q&As. He's got longer hair. You might have remembered him,
He's
but he's
dressed
Oh,
real fancy.
Ryan. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He was there for the first night. He queued. I remember him queuing up, and he asked me about my jacket. I remember he had like this red jacket on, and every fan came up to me and they just kind of like said, "I like really love the film and stuff like that." And he came up to me, and he went, "Yeah, love the film." We went, but I have to ask, where did you get that jacket from? Because I was wearing like this tiger jacket, this like nice thing
Yeah,
I just bought for
Dude,
LA.
he's
And I was
very
like, it's a
fancy.
woman's jacket, bro. And he was like, bro, he's like, same. I
yeah.
was like, he's like, okay,
That's his style. He's very loud. He's got a cool
yeah,
style to him, so he would definitely like something like that.
Yeah.
yeah. He was so cool. Yeah, literally, when he said his name, it rang a bell straight away because he's got me an Insta now. I think we've messaged a little bit, just saying like, thanks for coming out
Yeah,
and
he
stuff.
does a lot of producing and stuff. He's
Oh
worked with
wow.
Kevin Smith a little bit, and yeah, he recently produced a movie called Cannibal Comedian that had a
All right.
pretty good festival run as like a horror comedy movie, you know.
Oh,
But
really? That's cool.
yeah, he's a pretty cool dude.
I thought that was you. I wasn't 100%. He had posted and I was like,
Yeah.
Chef Lewis.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was our first screening. That was such a good Q&A, that as well. We had a really good audience, really good questions and stuff like that. And just, we had so much time as well after. Like, there's a like load of fans come up and just said hi and just chatting just for ages after the film and just talking about their favorite parts and whatnot. And I remember chatting to him for quite a while. Yeah, no, he's a
Yeah,
really cool guy.
I don't know
Cool.
how into the horror genre you are, but there's really no better fans when it comes to
Yeah,
movies, man.
yeah,
They're the most dedicated when it doesn't matter if it's low budget, indie, short film,
yeah,
feature, big budget, doesn't matter. Like horror fans are like the most dedicated fans you can have. So
yeah, and loyal as well. So loyal. Literally,
Mhm.
like I've got like a little sort of fan base now that love Tigger. Like their favorite character Tigger in this film, and always messaging me and they're making little edits and stuff. And I love it. It means the world to me. Like even just before this, I had one little edit sent to me just then, a little video. And I was like, I love stuff like that.
yeah,
Dude,
And yeah, I think there's no genre where you get that sort of
yeah.
reception from people and just the enthusiasm as well. Like I think this is sort of an American thing and a horror thing as well. Because you'd never get this in England. But the Q&As we had like the first night, people were going crazy in the cinema and you love it as an actor because we managed to sit there for the screenings, we'll be at the back or whatever, and you just get to sort of feel the vibe in the room. And people were just going crazy, man. Like
yeah,
every time there was a kill, they were going, "Oh fuck, man!" And then like when I came out of the cage, I don't know if you've watched it yet.
yeah,
When I
yeah.
come out of the cage, they're going, "Oh Tigger," and all that, and they were going, "Ooh," at any kill. You'd never get that in England. In England, you might get like an applause at the end, and that's it. But you'd never have people shouting out. Never. Uh,
Everybody's proper in England,
Yeah, it
man.
feels more
yeah,
formal.
it's more formal. Everyone's a bit more self-conscious, a bit more negative. Um,
Yeah,
in America, everyone's so positive, and I loved it. Honestly, everyone's so positive and loud, and that's because I'm quite positive. I'm quite loud, so I feel like I match that vibe more.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Um, so I loved it. Honestly, it's just the best thing as an actor, just to sit there and have people go crazy about your film. It's no better feeling.
Absolutely.
Um, speaking of just coming out of cage and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I, I dude, like all right, so oh man, that was really cool. The whole thing was really cool. Like Tigger, I had a feeling Tigger was gonna come in there and just be a fucking badass, you
Just be
know?
a
yeah,
fucking just an absolute menace, dude.
Yeah.
yeah.
So my
That
one of
was
my
the goal.
questions, Did they tell you to kind of like go and watch Freddy and try to
Yeah,
act like Freddy almost?
yeah. So there's a few inspirations for the character. So the first thing was actually Art the Clown. So when I first got the role, Reese sent me a load of clips of. He said, "Have you seen the Terrifier film?" I said, "No, not yet. Like, I want to watch him." So he sent over a load of clips of that, and he said, "I want his mannerisms like this, like quite slow into this frantic, unpredictable sort of movement." And then he went. Then we started talking about the voice, and that's when Freddie came into it. And he
Yeah.
sent me like a few clips of Freddy Krueger and Robert England doing the voice. And he went, "This is what I want the voice and the attitude of him to be like this, and the use of like your claws and that." And then Pennywise came into play a little bit as well with some of the movements and stuff. So
Nice.
Freddy's very much the personality of the character and the voice of the character. And then for movement wise, I wanted it like Art the Clown and Pennywise, that sort of frantic,
Yeah.
unpredictable nature for the
Well,
character. That was the goal.
the whole Pennywise thing, I see the whole running, like I
Yeah,
fuck that love that. That was so cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
But so what is that you speaking?
that's me speaking. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's been tuned a bit. It's been
Of
tuned a bit.
course.
I did it in
Yeah.
the Q&A. When I get the mic pass, I was going, "Hello, everyone." Like that, obviously, when I first got the mic. But it's my voice. And a lot of it's ADR, to be fair, which is cool. Like we had quite a few lines in there, and then as it went on, we added more where we could. And obviously, the quality's better with ADR. But it's obviously been tuned. So when I first heard it in the trailer, I was like, okay, that's cool. So obviously, they're making
Yeah.
a bit basically what needed to Robert England's voice. So he would just sort of scream his lines and say it however he wanted, and then they would just make it a bit deeper and a bit more demonic.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably just put it
and
down a few octaves and stuff like that, you know?
yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
That's
distort it.
that's what's
that's
cool about
super cool.
genre fans too, like with the horror genre is I think if you just had someone who likes drama movies or is just a cinephile in general
Yeah,
and they'd watch this movie and they're not really into horror movies, they'd be like, "Oh man, the voice doesn't really match the character." But like as a horror fan, you're like, "This is exactly what I want." You know what I mean? This
yeah,
is this because that was the first thing I said right before you even came on. We talked about it and I was like, I mean, they had to have like gone for Freddy Krueger, right? Because like that's
yeah,
what this is. Like it makes every genre fan fucking smile, you know? And I think
yeah,
just people who aren't into it might not understand that, you know what I mean? And stuff
yeah.
like that. Little shout outs, little Easter eggs, little things like that. Or we go
On the
crazy over
bitch
that shit.
line, when I was going, "Come here, you fluorescent bitch." When I said that, people fucking love. Anytime there's 3 times I think I say "bitch" in the film, every one of those lines got such good reaction
Yeah.
because obviously my inspiration for those lines was completely Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And
It was
I think
not.
some
It
people
wasn't.
thought I wasn't trying to do that, but I was like, "That's literally, I was exactly like,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was going for." Was
Yeah,
that
you could definitely tell. I mean, the second you talked, I was like, "Yep, Freddy Krueger,
Yeah.
100%."
Freddy? Yeah, yeah,
I love that. Let's bounce. Like it's just that it's like cheesy horror, but this wasn't cheesy in any way. But like that cheesy line of like "let's bounce." That's my line. Like I fucking loved it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
that kind of stuff reminded me of like the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie where you have this like newer age crowd as the characters and like you kind of hate them in a sense. Like you you don't relate to the main characters and the people as much as you do the monsters, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, which is really cool. And even the Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, of course, is just fucking
Oh yeah, I love that.
that's gonna be iconic, obviously, because you're bringing in the actual Winnie the Pooh
Yeah.
story and shit like that, you know. So that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, the original, yeah, stuff. It's like it's just so many cool little details in the film. Like even like the score of it, like the guy, obviously Andrew Scott Bell who did the soundtrack for it. Even the titles, Winnie the Pooh quotes from the actual original films and like titles of the books and stuff in the album. And then like other little details, for example, I don't remember the song in the background in the warehouse bit when I'm obviously going absolutely fucking crazy. There's like this tribal sort of thing playing in the background, and like this it's like Latin, and it's getting repeated, and it's actually saying something like in Latin, it's something like the special thing about tigers is that I'm unique, and it's like this like closely translates to the wonderful thing about tigers is I'm the only one, but in Latin, and that's getting repeated. So there's all these cool little details in the
That is
Yeah.
film.
cool.
I think
Yeah,
make
That
that's
it
is,
so
awesome.
just special if you look into it. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, attention to detail too is what makes movies great. You know,
I
people.
like
yeah, exactly.
speaking of attention to details, I seen the zombie deer on the search,
Hmm.
So like I'm assuming that's Bambi,
Bambi,
right?
right?
That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Bambi, yeah.
yeah, of
Yeah, I'm
course. Yeah,
fucking pumped.
they got this whole, that
Pooniverse.
the Pooniverse. Yeah, yeah. It's
Universe.
this whole thing
Universe is
coming up.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's pretty cool. You can't do that
I'm
with
not
any
gonna
other
lie.
genre either,
No,
man. Horror is
no,
the
you
only
can't.
thing you could do.
And I will tell you
Yeah.
one thing. I'm not gonna lie one bit. I did not want to watch these movies, period. I did not at all. And then one day at Walmart, I walked by and I seen what do you guys have? Aldi?
Oh, yeah, Audi or
Aldi.
Tesco,
Yeah,
Sainsbury's.
yeah, yeah. So so you know what Walmart is. But
Yeah.
walked by and I seen it sitting there, Winnie the Pooh, the first one. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna give it a try. I watched it and I was like, holy shit. Like I love this. This was great. It would like
Yeah.
take away the fact like that it's Pooh and all them. This is a great slasher film. And that's when I finally realized that there was two, and I was like, holy shit. And then
Yeah.
now watching two, I'm like, what the fuck? You guys stepped it the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
this
Big
is
time.
And quickly. Like it came out
yeah.
quickly,
Yeah.
which
Like
was
the
cool.
writing
Honestly,
is
yeah, so
great.
quick.
Um, I like the fact in two that they kind of did like a making fun of the first one, like in
Yeah.
the so I like that because the first one
Doing
I get
time.
it. I get why people
Yeah.
wouldn't like, but this one right here, dude, uh honestly, Tigger and Owlet, fuck.
Yeah.
Like they're so cool.
Yeah, even
Yeah. No,
just the
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
even the upgrade that Pooh got and stuff, it really worked for the film, which is great. Um, but yeah, I mean, like you can't do this kind of shit in other genres,
No.
man. You can't have an
Oh
action
God,
movie and
no.
be like, you stuff like this where you could take, stuff that's out there for common use now, that
Yeah.
doesn't have copyrights on it and stuff, and just turn it into this horrific fucking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you bring the nostalgia of all of us younger, when we were younger. You remember Winnie the Pooh, you remember Bambi, you
Yeah.
remember all this shit, and it's only a matter of time until they do Mickey Mouse and all that shit and just make it,
Yeah. Mickey Mouse is definitely one that people are after. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
make it
Hey,
morbid.
I've got a question. So like how was the makeup? Like how
Makeup.
the prosthetics not were you hot as fuck?
Yeah, oh mate, yeah, honestly, that was the biggest thing with the prosthetics. So people keep saying what was the most like difficult thing on set, and there's a few things. It's quite a physical role. Like I don't know if you remember, but like there's sequences where like, when I'm going crazy on the girl with the wings, and I'm absolutely just going crazy on her for like ages. And that was like a good 2 minute take of like they were just recording it and they were just screaming stuff out, going like fucking her up. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing absolutely crazy on it. And it's great in the moment because I was really in that mindset of like, do you know what I mean? Just going absolutely crazy. And then you come away, but you just be absolutely sweating. And with prosthetics, it's obviously like a second skin. It's
Yeah.
so close. You can feel these little drips going down in between. And you just, obviously, you're not breathing at all. Your skin's not breathing. So any chance I got, like in that warehouse, I would literally, if they were like changing the camera angles around or whatever, I would make sure that I'd get outside and like undo the straight jacket. And the prosthetics came down to about here, and
Yeah.
then sit outside and get as much air as possible any chance I got because it got so hot in there. But apart from that, it wasn't too bad to be fair. Like, I was quite mobile, that was the biggest thing I was worried about was if I wasn't that mobile because he's very physical and you're using your body a lot. So if it was like if I could move well, um, but everything else was fine. Even getting into him, like it only took about 2 hours to get into the prosthetics,
Oh
which
well.
does it sounds like a long time, but it's not actually that long compared to like, for example, Jim Carrey with The Grinch, which was
Or
like
like
eight
Yeah.
hours, whatever it was.
6 8 hours.
Six
Yeah,
hours,
man.
yeah, 6 to 8 hours. And it got down to about an hour and a half on the last day on set because obviously then the makeup team knew exactly what they were doing. But like I really appreciated the time I had because I mean I'm quite a jokey guy anyway, so I sort of get on set and I'm having a laugh with everyone and it's all like lighthearted. But then obviously I'm playing this completely deranged demonic character and you want to get into that mindset. So then they'll go, right, Lewis, we need you in the makeup chair. We're going to start filming in like 2 hours. So you'd sit down and the makeup team, like this couple, the prosthetic studio, they're just wonderful what they do. But they'll be going to town and sort of putting, bits on you and stuff and not really talking much. And I'll just be sitting there and I was just like necking Monster Energy. And
Nice.
I use like heavy metal music a lot for this character. Like I listened to it for like a good month, like a lot of songs, made my own like Tigger playlist. So sort of playing that in my mind whilst sipping like Monster for a straw because I said the tea thing. and they would just be like doing it all, and I'll just be sitting there just really getting into that mindset for like a good 2 hours. So by the time they're like, "You're ready," like I was there mentally, I was there, like I was ready to go. And I kind of stayed in that mental state for like the whole duration of the night shoot. So like I wouldn't really talk to anyone between takes and that kind of thing. So I appreciated the time I got in the makeup chair, to be honest. People moan about it, but it made me get into that mindset, and
Good.
this
Yeah,
pillar.
that's cool. That's cool to
Absolutely.
hear.
Yeah,
I want to know what your playlist is. I think you should
Yeah, we
share
need
this
that.
with on Apple.
yeah, 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 I should do
We need
really.
that shit. Do you so did they cast your face, and mold everything and do
Yeah,
all that?
yeah. So I
Yeah.
literally got cast as in the character on like I think it was like on the weekend, and then I think the following week they literally said we need you in Barnsley, which is up north in England. We need you there by like Tuesday, whatever it was,
Yeah.
because I think I was the last character I think that was cast.
Oh
Um,
shit.
so they got me up there ASAP, and it's the same people that did like Voldemort and Mad Eye Moody for Harry
Oh
Potter and stuff.
wow.
So I went up
Wow.
to their warehouse and I was like just geeking out because I love Harry Potter and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
see
definitely.
Mad-Eye Moody's actual eye on like a mannequin head and a picture of Ralph Fiennes getting his makeup done. I was like, this is so cool.
Oh my
And
Wow.
God,
then
dude.
yeah, it was wicked. And then they put this mold over your head and then they let it set for it took about 45 minutes in total. And I didn't find it too bad, to be fair. They sort of just puncture like nose like holes there for you to breathe, and you just kind of sit there in this darkness and you sort of meditate a little bit. And that was it. And then they sort of peel it off, and then I went all the way up there and they did it for 45 minutes and went, right, see you later. That was it.
Nice,
And
nice.
That's
then
cool.
I was waiting for like a month to see what it looked like. I couldn't wait. Like they showed me like concept ideas, and a few of them are a bit different, like it's cartoony sort of animation sort of thing. And then I think about a week before I got on set, I got sent the grey mold of it, of how he looked, like with the little stripes and whatnot. I was like, that looks cool. And then it was actually the first day on set is when I saw it, with all the colour and the fur and stuff. And it was just waiting for me. And this mannequin, it was my mannequin head in this trailer, and it was just sitting there waiting for me. And I was like, that's so cool, man.
It's
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
I
like
remember getting
awesome.
so
surrealism.
excited. I was like a kid in a sweet shop, man. I was like, that's me.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're like, oh
yeah,
shit, this is for real.
this is for
That
real. Yeah, it really sunk in then. Yeah.
So
that's very, very, very cool.
did did you
So
get
was
did you
the
get
nose piece like, sorry, John, was the nose piece separate, right? Like
Mm.
everything, so you can move your mouth or like, because you did like that twitching thing, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, so it's like it's on my Instagram somewhere, but you can see it on there. So it's like a hood that comes over. It comes down to about halfway down your chest, and it covers like your shoulders, and that's one whole piece. And it does about that on your face, or covers all around here. That's the ears and stuff. And then there's a chin piece that goes on, so it covers like this area. Then you've got a forehead piece that goes across here, and then the last bit's like this really flexible sort of piece that goes over your eyes and your nose and stuff. And that's the bit that can move along with the chin and stuff and the forehead. So obviously then you can get all the expressions. So it was, yeah, about four parts it was, and then obviously you had the hands that peel on as well. Obviously like cater to my hands and just wrap them on. But yeah, the twitching and stuff was something that we discussed anyway. We really wanted him to be very twitchy and like that sort of like tick sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because he's just so excited to kill.
well, and yeah, and he's been in the cage, right? So
Yeah, it's so much
it's
adrenaline like running through him, adrenaline fueled, and he's been cooped up for God knows how long. So like when he gets out, it's like literally, for example, my directions from Reese and Scott for this character when I was first chatting to him, they were like, imagine you're on 50 Red Bulls at all times. That's what I got told. You're on 50 Red Bulls, and you want to kill. That's what I got told. And I was like, I can do that. So I thought if you were on
you're like I'm going monster though instead.
yeah, yeah, no, I went white monster, white monster. I probably had like two a night,
Yeah.
followed by three coffees. It was so bad. The caffeine intake was so bad.
Uh,
But it
the
was needed.
Yeah, yeah.
the clawing part, you said that was like 2 minutes of just doing that?
Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it felt about 2 minutes. But there was basically with that, they basically what they did was let me quickly hear this sort of its face, but they would obviously they get all the victims there and then pan it to me and they literally had this like screen over the camera. There was so much feathers going everywhere and blood. And then they'd have the camera behind it. I remember the camera people just sitting there, and then obviously because it's like a low shot on me, and then they were just shouting stuff out and just shouting like, "Lewis, go crazier, crazier, quicker, going faster, faster." And I was just doing that, and I was just going apps. That was really one of the moments I went most crazy. and we did that maybe like 3 takes of that, I think. But it felt about 2 minutes, like it felt long. Do you know, you just it's maybe a minute and a half.
I
Then
I
just going
re
and thinking this isn't going to end. And I was just going,
I remember
absolutely crazy.
watching that. I remember watching that, and I'm like, God damn! Like, did he do this, or did they speed that up? Like,
No, that's
fuck.
me. That's
That's
me.
crazy.
That's
Yeah, you
literally. I just went absolutely. It's so doing a horror film is good for like getting out of rage. If you've got anything sort of pent up in you, and you've
definitely
got it's justifying you going absolutely psycho on someone. Um,
for
and we
sure.
were doing it as well. There's bits where I'm just doing it on my own, and then there was a bit where the actress Rachel, she was in the shot with me, so we're sort of having to work out how I can do it safely without hurting her too much.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think I lost a claw doing it. I think at one point, I
Makes
think actually a
sense.
claw came off on one of the wings because I was just going so because she had these wings actually wrapped around her.
Yeah.
I was going crazy on him. So I think I actually lost a claw to had to replace a claw because I went too crazy.
That
Nice.
is that's
That's what
cool,
you want to
man.
hear.
I'm glad you had a good time though, man, because this
Honestly,
Yeah.
the
it's
best time.
it's surreal, dude. So like three, right? You're gonna be in three?
Yeah. I'm coming back here.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I bet
Yeah, I
you're
can't wait.
excited, aren't you? Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
so excited. Obviously, I met the lads out in Los Angeles, and we had days where we were just sort of walking about and stuff, and we were chatting about ideas for three because they put it on their Instagram that they were brainstorming, and then I was like, oh right, and then we met them later on that day, and I went, can you tell me anything about the ideas? And then they kind of laid out some of the like the ideas for kills and what to do with the plot and new characters, and I was just like so excited. I was like, the stuff they're coming up with.
It's
But the
good.
fans should
Yeah.
be so excited. It's just
They
getting crazier and crazier and crazier by
I
It's
each film.
awesome.
I like to talk to them because they're crazy. I mean, the stuff that they're
Mm.
writing is and quickly too, like John said,
Yeah,
is
quickly, and it's
brilliant.
tough things. It's a tough thing to tackle because it's like you have these specific characters. It's not like you don't have to follow anything really. Now, what's cool is I feel like they can kind of do what they want with the stories they've built. Like to
Yeah,
start off with, just credit to them for the first one where they kind of had to
yeah,
follow this specific story and build off that. Now they can kind of go buck wild with it and do whatever they
Yeah.
fucking want.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty awesome. But what's cool, dude, I know you guys don't have a lot of cons in England and stuff, but you're gonna have to come to the States and do a bunch of horror conventions and stuff,
yeah.
man.
I'd
We're
love
kind of
to. I
this.
was chatting about it today, actually. Yeah, there's a few I think that I'm sort of that my agent, my convention agent is chatting to at the moment. I'm going to one in Canada, Frightmare. I'm going to.
Nice.
Don't know if you've heard of that one, but I'm going to that one. So I'm excited for that.
I've heard of that. Have you are you going to any in the States?
No, not at the moment. No, no, it's a shame. I
Yeah, we're
need to
gonna
get
hook
on
you
that.
up.
I tell you which ones to go to if you want to go to one. Go
Yeah,
to Monster Mania Con.
Monster Mania, right?
Monster Mania Con, they're huge. There's like three different places, I believe. I could be wrong. Don't fucking shoot me, internet. Um, and then Scarefest, which is in Lexington,
Yes,
Kentucky.
right.
Uh, those two are big ones. They're big names.
Really.
You know, I'm sure there are more like in Florida and
Yeah, there's a
California and
bunch in
places like
Florida,
that. But
Texas Frightmare, I think is one as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I think. Yeah, I've heard of one in
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah,
Um,
there's big. Florida's what, Spookala? Is that the one in Florida, Taylor?
yeah, I think
Spookala's
so.
kind of big for indie films as well.
is it
I mean, they're
cool?
all over the states. I know you guys don't really have them over there, but
Which
No,
is
no,
a
we don't.
shame.
We got a few, but yeah, not really many. There's a lot in
basically,
Europe.
yeah, basically every state in the United States has one at some point in time, whether they be big or small. It's either some sort of Comic-Con or toy convention or where you still get the
Was
genre characters and the stuff like
Yeah,
that. But
was this
that'd be
your
cool.
first time coming to the States?
filming in the States.
No, coming to the States, like LA and
Coming.
all
When
that.
you went to Florida,
Oh no,
right?
you went to Florida. You
Yeah,
went to Florida.
I've been in Florida 3 times before, very different reasons. That was just like a holiday. Like my mate's got an apartment out there.
Yeah.
Um, this is the first time going to Los Angeles, and I absolutely loved it. I could move there tomorrow. Honestly, I keep telling people I loved it so much.
Well, especially your line of work. I mean, that's where kind of you
Yeah,
want to be.
yeah,
So
yeah. Every bar you go to after and stuff, it was just like this producer and this director and this actor, and everyone's sort of in the same bubble, and it was just great. It's positive.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
cool.
so I loved it absolutely. I was only there for 8 days. I did not want to come back. So it was such a good week as well. Like the film had such good like reception, and the
Yeah.
Q&As were fun, and everything was just it was just great about that week.
Yeah, it's nice to get your flowers for your work. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
It's
Honestly,
kind of like you're carrying the trophy for a couple months, you know.
Yeah,
It feels good
exactly.
to it
That's
feels
why I
good to
want
get
to do.
that.
Exactly. That's why I want to do cons because I feel like as an actor, it's nice to get that recognition for your work and people to
Mm.
then go, horror fans, I love this kind of stuff. God, I
Well,
really love to deal with
that's
this
the other thing
character.
too, is it sounds, I think to some people that sounds like selfish, but it's not just about the recognition. It's also you get to meet the people that are like, dude, you have no idea. I play this movie every night, like before I go, like it's like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's to that, it's cool to meet those people too and be like, wow, I really changed how this person views movies or
yeah.
what they like,
And it's
what they're
still
gonna watch in the
surreal.
future. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's still so surreal. I've got one guy text me the other day saying, I'm going to dress up as you as cosplay. I've got planning it already. He's got the straight jacket and stuff. And I was like, just stuff like that is so surreal. I'm
See,
getting
imagine
used to
that,
it.
dude. Imagine going to a con and you see someone dressed up as you. Like
and you
that
will.
would be, yeah, you
Yeah.
probably will.
I literally just got back from a con. Somebody was dressed up as Pooh, so you'll see somebody dressed up as Tigger. I promise.
Yeah. Some guy in a mask on the other day had a little like, sort of paper mask in the cinema, and he sort of poked out
That's
some
cool.
eye holes and stuff. And he just sent us. It was Tigger and Pooh and Owl, I think.
Well,
And I was
I
like, just
tell
stuff
you
like that
what,
is so cool.
I
Yeah.
tell you what, dude. Like honestly, I'm proud of you. Like really, that
Thank you,
like
buddy.
it's a good accomplishment, and I really do wish you the best. And
Oh, that means the
I'm a
world.
fan,
Thank you.
100%. I'm in for the fucking Pooniverse, dude.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
I'm
I
down.
agree with Taylor,
good.
dude. I really had no, I'm a huge horror guy. Obviously, we have this podcast, we have this brand that we're building. We're both filmmakers ourselves, but like
Oh, wow.
we're both very different as far as movies we like. Like I'm a very slow burn. Like I like The Exorcist, The Omen, you know, shit like that. And like so
Yeah,
these movies don't always hit my area, you know. But
right.
I'll
They
be
do
honest.
me. They
So I
tickle my taint.
dude, he's got
Really?
so he,
You love it. Love a
like
slasher.
I love slashers.
he's usually the one that shows me some weird shit, and then I gotta get him into the slow burns and make him
Right.
why he'll be like,
Be
dude,
careful about the plot
I
and
got through
the
20
stuff.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've traded off. We found a couple things that we both like and that, you know, we can cross over and stuff. And this is one of them. You know, I didn't really have any interest in it. And then, you know, when we were having you come on, I'm like, all right, well, let's check these out. And then I was like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is
Yeah.
cool. This is different. Like, it's tough to
Yeah.
pull. I just think it's tough to pull stuff like this off too, man.
Yeah.
It's when you
Well,
have
so
real characters that are already been out there in the universe for a
And
while.
people love him. People love Tigger and they
Yeah,
love Boo and stuff. And they, obviously the childhoods are like built on this.
it's crazy.
And
my
then
my
obviously, you know,
go
people are gonna love it or hate
Yeah.
it.
my thing was the reason why I did not want didn't care to watch these is because I didn't know you see a lot of shit like this on Tubi, you know,
Mm,
that they're this
Money grab.
yeah, and the you know it's just it's not good. So like I was kind of relating this to that, and I want everyone to know, anyone watching right now, if you have not seen these two movies, especially the second one, if you've not seen them, you need to go watch them because they're phenomenal movies, honestly, and they're a lot of fun. Like, man,
thank
they're
you, buddy.
just
Yeah.
they're like I was I knew that I was gonna talk to you and stuff like that, and I was excited about it, but I was so anticipating Tigger, you know, just like not
Yeah.
just because of you. Like I was just like, where is he? Like I want to
Yeah.
see this. Like I know he's in there. Like and
Yeah.
dude, it
Yeah.
was just so much fun.
They did it so well, like the cage bit, obviously, well, the den scene at the start when Al comes in and he's sort of complaining about Ashdown and stuff, and you can hear my growls in there. I remember a
Yeah,
few
Yeah.
people in the cinemas going, "Oh, like is he going to come out?" And obviously, then they just don't address it for the rest of the film
yeah,
until the police officers then obviously go in about three quarters of the way through.
Right.
Obviously, it's that like you said, that slow burner of like, is he going to come out? When's he coming? And what's
Right.
it going to be like? And
Yeah,
is
he
he
dude.
as crazy as we think he's going to
he
be?
did not disappoint. That's for sure.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah, I think also with the whole thing with Tigger as well was like he was really wanted in the first one. Obviously, he wasn't in public domain. Um, but
Right.
obviously, that's one of the biggest things they got was where's Tigger? Like, why is he not in the first one? And what's he going to be like? And would he be in the second one? And when I first got this character, I actually hadn't watched the first one yet. So I thought, well, I've really got to sort of delve myself into this world and see what people are saying online. I looked at it and everyone's saying, "Where's Tigger? Where's Tigger?" So already there's that sort of pressure from the character because like the fans of the first one really want to see Tigger in the second one. And when he got confirmed, people were like, oh shit! And obviously a few pictures came out of me online, and we already filmed it by this point. So then you're just thinking, God, I hope they like it.
Right,
Because if
right.
not, it's like, well, all that weight for nothing.
Oh,
You know,
I know what I was gonna ask you too. The tail, was that all like was that put on you or was that on after like post
Like,
production shit?
CGI. It was all CGI, the tail, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, yeah, it's funny about the tail because basically, the tail was never discussed really. So the whole Tigger like massacre scene in the warehouse, we filmed that first, and there's no mention of a tail whatsoever. So I wasn't acting as if there was a tail behind me. And then I think I had a few days off, and then I was back on set for the police officer scene. That was my last day on set, and on I think at the end of the end of filming, I think Scott, the producer, came up to me and went, "Oh, by the way, we're thinking of giving you a tail." And I thought, oh shit. I remember thinking, I've not been acting as if I've got a tail. Like, does that matter? But then you think, actually, no, animals don't. That's just a thing that like it's sort of doing its own thing behind him. So I was like, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
And
It'd
then
be
there's
hard. It'd be hard to act that way anyway, right? Because a tail for a tiger or any type of animal is like an
yeah,
extra arm. It's like something. It's subconsciously just kind of moving. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
The way
exactly.
it's there and just kind of flows. Like I
Love
was
it.
watching this. I'm like, I'm not 100% if that was like I kind of thought it was CGI, but I was like, did they have something there kind of deal
Yeah.
like a butt plug in a sense, you know? I wasn't a
No.
hundred.
just like a green
Yeah, there's
tail.
a butt
Yeah,
plug on my
because
ass the whole time. So that's why I'm moving a bit weird. I've got this butt plug thinking that's a tail. Yeah.
I've got a few of those. I'm not
that's where
proud
all
of
the
them.
monster energies were coming in. I really had to hype myself
Yeah.
up for that.
Monster Energy's got anal beads. I've got anal beads up there hanging up my ass. It's crazy,
They're
buddy.
like, this is the only
Um,
way we can do it, bro. Like, we got to do this. But it's better.
yeah, I'm like, the only way you can't just staple onto the straight jacket. I'm like, no, you got to put a butt plug in there. It's got
Right.
to happen. I'm like, okay,
Well, the
do it
thing
for the
is,
art, do it for the craft.
yeah, the thing is with like if you had like a regular tail, like it wouldn't move the way they
No.
would want. It would look fake if it
Yeah,
was just something they
Well,
stapled onto you or something.
yeah,
what I
no,
was
it would
talking
just be
about,
floppy.
like I
Yeah.
thought maybe they had some kind of like thing that kind of like show like would move a little so you can move with
Yeah,
it or almost, because the way they did it was perfect. The
Yeah.
CGI
yeah.
was great.
That's
So
that's what I mean because that's when Scott told me in the last day on set. I thought I've not been moving in a way that there's a tail behind me. Do you know what I mean? I thought that would subconsciously sort of change my movement a
yeah.
little bit, and then obviously it works. And then there's no more mention of the tail at all. And then I think about a week before the trailer came out, Reese, the director, sent me a picture of me with the tail. I was like, oh, that's cool, but it was just a picture, so I couldn't see it moving or anything.
I was kind of
And then when the
disappointed. I was kind of
yeah
disappointed that you didn't bounce on it, you know. But
yeah.
go
So
on,
many
keep
people
talking.
say that. Honestly, if I have a pound, Matt, literally the thing with the tail, I think they mentioned it, but I think they said about it at one point. I think it got scrapped because I mean, there's some comedic sort of moments in the film anyway. I think they're worried about it becoming like too comedic if I
Too
was like
much.
bouncing on
Yeah.
my tail.
Yeah.
But I think it could work. I think in the future,
Well,
if
you never
you
know.
you
Yeah.
bounce on like a corpse or something, or bounce on a load of dead people or something like that, then it,
Something
it kind
cool.
of makes it like demonic and horror themed anyway, and
Yeah.
it's
Definitely.
like less funny. It's more like, oh god, that's horrible.
Just
Um,
We're
thinking about the tail, man. That must have been a bitch to edit. Oh my
fuck
God.
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Now knowing
Every
that.
movement be like, all right, we're gonna move it this way. All right, now we're gonna move it this way. Now we're gonna move it
yeah,
this way. Like, oh man, that
It's
must have
wild.
been a
yeah.
nightmare. But hey, it looked good.
Honestly, yeah. But when I saw it, I remember I was just as excited as the fans because the trailer came out, and obviously I've only seen a picture of it. And then there's that bit in the trailer when I'm standing there and it's sort of doing its own thing behind me. And I remember
Yeah,
being like, "That's so cool!" And fans were texting me, being like, "Bro, your tail's so cool." And I'm like, "I know, like I've just seen it
yeah,
as well."
it's
I'm
awesome.
like, "That's so
I'm
cool."
just as excited.
Yeah, literally I'm in the same boat as you right
That's
now.
cool. Hey, like did you do I mean, yeah, you did shit with Pooh, right? Like the rest of the guys?
No, literally, I
No?
met Ryan for about 15 minutes on set. That was it.
Really?
Really? Did
Yeah,
they had
yes.
prosthetic arms for is that Pooh, right?
For Pooh, that was all gloves and things like prosthetics for his prosthetic fingers and
Because
stuff.
they look so long. Like
Yeah. No, I
I was
think that's his arms. I think maybe he's just got a good reach on him. I think.
good fucking Lord, it needs to go into boxing.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a big guy to be fair. When I first met him, he's got a lot of presence about him. So I remember when I was on set, I think it was my last day on set, and I was getting literally just about to get into the makeup chair. And he just finished for the day. I think they just did the caravan scene. And he came up behind me and he was like, Tigger. And I turned around and I was like, well, he's got a lot of presence about him. Obviously, it's perfect for the character.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think now that's him. I think he's just a big guy. I think he's just big. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Cool.
was saying that to Taylor. It's weird. You all the characters have this slasher presence
Aspect.
about, like,
Yeah.
he reminds me of Michael Myers. Like,
Yeah.
he's a presence all on its own. He doesn't even need to speak it. And it sounds like he was like that on set as well, where
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
just like, oh shit, okay. So that's cool. You know what I mean? It's you're throwing all these ideas of these characters that people
That was
have
the
been beloved forever,
So you had
yeah.
you had Michael, you had Freddy, you had what,
Al
Leatherface
was
almost?
actually, it's quite funny. They actually wanted this. So they wanted Pooh to be Michael and Jason Voorhees. So
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah.
They wanted me to be Freddy Krueger, like completely, as people
Owlet's
can
Jeepers
tell.
Creepers, right?
Owl is
Something like
no,
that.
he was more Pinhead
Oh
actually.
wow.
Because
Interesting.
he's like very monologue-y, so he's very talky and
Yeah.
he likes
Okay,
going quite
okay.
deep. And Pinhead's sort of the same.
Yeah.
So it's actually Pinhead, but he looks a bit like Jeepers Creepers, I know that.
Right.
And Piglet was Leatherface, so
Leatherface.
that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
he's got the apron on and the butcher sort of outfit, and he's a bit sort of he's got all the snot and the
Yeah.
stuff
I
coming out,
love
Yeah.
and
it.
You could
saggy
totally
pig
see it.
skin.
I
So it's
love
just
it.
cool to have those characters, just kind of like their legacy just kind of has always lived on through slasher movies anyway. So to pay the homage is
I wonder who they're
Yeah,
gonna
awesome.
bring in to be the Scream, like the ghost face.
Ghostface, the
Ghostface.
funny guy,
Oh, that's a good idea.
the funny guy. You need a funny
That's
guy.
a good idea. The clumsy one. You need a
Yeah,
clumsy one.
Yeah,
exactly. You need one that's gonna fuck
Yeah,
up a few kills. He's supposed to kill someone, he fucks it up a few times, you know?
yeah.
yeah.
And then
That's a good
Owlet's
idea,
like
actually. We've
Al
not mentioned the ghost face. That's a good idea. You should know that.
Owlet
Yeah.
Owlet being like a fucking dialogue and being like, "You dumb bitch" or
Yeah, you
whatever, or
fucking
Oh,
up.
like,
something.
Yeah.
yeah, you dumb.
You
Or
fucking
you
Yeah,
could even
yeah,
you could be like, "You dumb bitch, I'll take care of this." Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Take my
awesome.
kill.
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Hey,
So I had a before we've been going pretty good here. I did have one more question on my end, Taylor. If you have something, that'd be
no,
great too.
I think I'm all good.
I just want to know, did you audition for the role?
Hmm.
Whoa,
Yeah.
how?
Yeah, it's quite a funny story, actually. It's quite funny. So I literally left drama school last July, um, graduated from drama school, and then I was very lucky to get my first acting job literally the day after I graduated. So a director I worked with went, "I want you at Joe Shakespeare's Globe." So the Globe, no, do you know it? Do you know the theatre? It's a theatre in London. And Shakespeare actually put his own shows on there and stuff. So it was there. So for me, this was like a big deal as a Shakespeare actor. Like, I've
Right,
always done
right.
Shakespeare at drama school. So I went there. It was 3 weeks of rehearsals and then the show. And then whilst I was there, my agent went, "Oh, by the way, I put you forward for this role." And I looked into it and I was like, "Oh my God." I'm a massive horror fan. Like, I've got Pennywise tattoos, I've got Ghostface
Nice.
tattoos, Joker. Like, I love horror. And then it said inspiration, Pennywise, Freddy Krueger, Art the Clown, heavy prosthetics, all these things, animal studies, which I've done, all these kind of things. So I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. This is literally my perfect role. Like, if I could manifest the role, it'd be this." So I was like, "Send me forward, send me forward." And then out of the blue, I think I followed Reese on Instagram because I knew my agent sent me the role, and he followed me back on the same day, which is good. And then out of the blue, I was at the Globe at the time doing Shakespeare, and I got a message from Reese saying, "Oh, we're getting a lot of people put forward for self tapes. Because there's still self tapes now since like COVID. Um, can you self tape for the role? Because we really like the look of you, and we think you might be good for the role." Blah blah blah. So I was like, "Yeah." So literally, he said, "I want to give you the weekend to do it. Is that enough time?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And he basically had this whole scenario. So I had to film this in my house, and it was like you just killed. It was something like you just killed a load of people in a house, and you're about to walk out, and you see one more victim there alive, and he sort of can toy with him a little bit. So he was like sort of play with your physicality and approach him, and then he said turn off the lights, I think 3 times, so turn it off, turn it back on, and do like another sadistic smile, or like be dribbling or something like that. So, and then he went, "Then kill him any way you want. Use a knife, use your claws, use whatever, and then walk up." That was it. So I literally
Wow.
thought, "Oh, this is so." I was literally up to about 4 in the morning in my house, no word of a lie, and I did it. And I did about 6 takes of it, and I came in, and I turned off. I had this ring light, and I turned it off and on and stuff. And I was doing like sadistic smiles. I like clawed him to death and picked up a massive, like, real butcher knife and stabbing him and laughing and growling. It was just, and then I remember editing it, and then I was like, "Yeah, they look pretty good. I'm happy with that." And I think I literally got this random nosebleed, no word of lie, about 3 in the morning, got this random nosebleed. And then I was about to wipe it and thought, fuck me, I've got to use it, use it, use it.
Yeah.
And I literally, it sounds sadistic as fuck. I literally wiped it around my mouth and it was loads of blood. And I filmed another take and it was the best one I did. I
Yeah.
literally did a load of about 6 before. And I was like, yeah, they're good. Like, I'm happy with that. And I did this one. I don't know whether because I could feel this blood in my mouth or whatever. I did this last take and it was, I remember watching it back and thinking, that's the one.
That's the
So I sent
one.
that
Yeah.
in. And that was it. I sent that in. And then he went, oh, I saw you do, I did combat at drama school, stage combat. So he went, can you send
Oh.
some clips in of that? So I sent in some fighting scenes. And he went, great, cheers, Lewis. And that was it for about 2 weeks. And it killed me, man. I had my graduation party and loads of stuff in that 2 weeks. And I just didn't care. Like, all I cared about was this role. And
Yeah.
then, he texted me out of the blue one day saying, we want to offer you the role of Tigger. And I was like,
Wow.
yeah.
Hell
And that was
yeah.
it. The rest is history. So, yeah.
Yeah, some things are meant,
Dude.
meant to be, man. That
So
sounds like
hold
it was
up.
meant to be.
Do you still have that footage?
I do. I
That's
do.
awesome, man.
Bro, save that. Don't ever get rid of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
save that shit.
That's very fucking cool. That's
Yeah.
like the whole nosebleed thing. That's a great idea. Not sadistic at all. I fucking
Yeah.
love it. That's
No,
awesome.
yeah, some things are meant
Yeah.
to be, bro. It sounds like it was
I
meant to
know.
be, you
It
know?
literally was. I get it sometimes, these random nosebleeds, and I didn't have it for ages. I was literally editing, and I could feel it. I thought, oh God. Went to wipe it. I thought, no. This is a sign from like God or something. This is like, take it, man. Use it. Like that's. And then yeah, used
That's
it.
Hell
cool.
yeah.
That's a really cool story to have too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Thank you.
awesome.
Appreciate that.
Congratulations, dude. I'm happy for you. I've said
Absolutely.
it before. I sincerely wish you the best of luck going forward
Cheers,
with this.
boys. Thank you. I really, honestly, it means the world. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Very cool.
when you do part 3, we gotta have you back on, man, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime. You got me on Instagram and stuff. Just give me a message and sort it out.